Whoa! 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 I can't believe 52! 52! I can't believe 52! This is Selects, and you can find me at Selects.me, yeah! Hey, and share these videos, and do all that stuff, because this word needs to get around, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Say no more, say no more, say no more. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Nitty-gritty. Ooh, yeah. So, I want to talk about all the power that we can do to use things to bring the good stuff, to bring the good stuff, But I think some of the first things you need to do, I'm sorry, what you need to do and you need to pay attention to are the stuff that's currently going on in your life now. The stuff that you're doing that you're not even aware of. You're not even aware of it. You say you're doing stuff and you're messing things up. Now messing things up, you say? Because you could be living little better and living larger. Living larger, yeah. But unfortunately, because of the things that have been beset and put upon us from stuff that got put on us in our bringing up and our culture. I mean, just stuff that gets put on you. Some of the stuff that even, hey, Doug, so darn deep on you, it's in your subconscious, and there's gonna, it can take some time to reprogram some of that stuff because, human behavior is formed from habit. It's the constant doing things again and again, and when those things happen, they cause problems in their lives. We got bad habits and we got good habits. And what do we have most of? Bad habits. Yeah, and that cough is not true. I mean, it's not because we have a bad habit. It's because, anyway, I don't need to get into that. That's not what's important here. What's important here is you. So, what I wanted to talk to you, like I say, there's a lot of power in what we can do with good in our life, but I think, we talked about the felt sense experience. Do you remember about the felt sense experience? You got to know what it feels like and experience it. And you got to know what it feels like from the experience. I understand. You got to experience it, and then you got to know what it feels like, and then you understand, right? Just like riding a bicycle. Riding a bicycle isn't a skill in the beginning when you learn how to do it. It's something that you do, and you feel what it feels like to maintain your balance and feel what it feels like to pedal. Sting! And that's how you learn. Yeah, that's how you learn. Through most things, through the felt experience. Through the felt. Oh, you gotta know what it feels like. Gotta know what it feels like in order for it to register. And so, like I talked about a lot in my videos, is that I was doing, and remember what I told you to listen to these videos in succession. Do you understand me? Better. Because it's like a book, all this stuff kind of builds on top of each other, and I'm not kind of going to go around and bounce, kind of going to go around and bounce around, but it still goes in succession and it still builds on it because, I was thinking about sitting down and doing this video here and I was like, I want to talk about this good stuff, but you got to start on the basic levels of paying attention to your, what your self-talk is. What are the things that you're repeating all of the time? Things like that stuff. So you gotta, it's kind of like, a lot of things I was expressing that was happening to me when I was doing stuff blindly and I didn't even know it, And then I started to notice these things. I'm like, whoa, hey, I must have some sort of power or something because, I think this stuff and I'm desiring it and then it's happening. And then one day I learned, and you'll notice other videos that, hey, man, this stuff is real. This is real. And it's not just real for me. It's real for every human being. Not just real for me. It's real for every human being. Are you a human being? Are you human? Well, if you got your chimpanzee sitting next to you, I mean, it ain't going to work for him. But I mean, or her. Well, yeah. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But, you gotta start looking at your life and looking at the things that are taking place in your life now and what's going on and what you're doing and what the results are. And if you're seeing some sort of repetitive kind of behavior, you see, or repetitive kind of events or repetitive kind of this, that, or the other is taking place in your life. And so, we talked about paying attention to your thought life. What do you think? What are you thinking about? What are you speaking? Out of the goodness of a heart, a man calleth forth good things. Out of the evilness of a heart, a man calleth forth evil things. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. And I heard one in this movie the other night, and it's true. It was like, ain't that the truth? Yeah, ain't that the truth? Your words that you speak will either justify or condemn. And that's true. And that's true. Your words either justify or they condemn. That means they're either going to be, they're either going to be positive or negative. They're either going to drive up or they're going to push on down. Which leads me to tell you, well, my next thing is you got to let go of those thoughts that do not strengthen you. Write that down. Do not, or no, do. Write this down, okay? Do not speak words that do not strengthen you. Do not speak words that do not give you power. I mean, think about that. There's, I could give you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of examples of, of things that we talk about because, let's face it, relatively for the most part, we're negative about ourselves. We're negative about everything. And I'm a human being, and I have had that tendency too, but I've had a lot of work that I've done that stop that! You gotta get to the point where you're really not going to the negative side. But isn't that the easiest tendency? I mean, we've talked about we live in a negative world. It's a 20% chance of rain, but what about the 80% chance of sunshine? Sunshine, baby. Yeah, smiles. Yeah. So, due to the fact that we live in a negative world and we're conditioned negatively, like, for instance, I grew up in a generation where, our fathers, if they told us how screwed up we were, that somehow we'd want to do better, right? Okay, so anyway, that's another subject. We don't want to get into that. But you need to let go of the thoughts that do not make you strong, right? I mean, and write that down, write that down, and write it down on a 3x5 card or something. Letting go of the thoughts, letting go of the things that you speak, letting go of the things that you say, because everything starts with a thought, right? And then from that thought gives you the feeling, whether it's positive or negative, it's going to give you a feeling. Thoughts give you feelings. Now, I mean, we could get technical with every little thing that's out there, but that ain't necessary. No. The thing you need to focus on is if you can do this, start applying this in your life. Read what you wrote down every day. Letting go of the thoughts that do not make you strong. And that could be applicable. That could be applicable in many areas of your life. In many areas of your life, letting go of the thoughts that do not make you strong. And, we're going to carry this on in the next video, you say, because I want to kind of elaborate just a little bit more. And, that's one of the reasons why I tell you to listen to these videos.